Hi everyone, I thought it would be fun to do a picture today from Miniature Enchanted Forest. Now I've done this side. This is a video that I did a long time ago when I first got the book, where I did the eggs, but now we have the whole bird. I thought it would be fun to do. I may not do the eggs in this video because I've got that one excuse me, which you can use if you want to work out how to do them, but it depends how the time goes really. I am a bit I've got to keep an eye on the time because my son's due home, but I thought I'd have a go at this bird, and I've done this bird a couple of times, having done the main book a couple of times. Today I decided I quite like to do it just brown, a brown bird. I usually do multicolours and different things. So I've got my Black Widow pencils today because they're quite small and we've got a lot of small areas on this bird to do. I am going to come in a little bit closer, but I can't come in too far because I don't want to lose you. So I've got both my Black Widow set, but I have a feeling that the Spider set might have all the colours we need. So I'm going to start with the Huntsman, which is the darkest brown that I have across my sets, and fill in the areas that I think will be darkest. And I'm going to do the beak, and this little area here I'm going to do black. So I'm going to just start around here and just fill in a dark area and sort of start to fade it. My idea is that I'm going to do 3 or 4 shades of brown, something like that. Just see how it goes really. I just thought it would be fun just to show you a way to do our lovely bird. And we have sets of feathers here, so I'm going to get some darker in here, under here, where it would be darker under here where they're on top of each other anyway, like that. I'm going to extend this bit down a bit more because that's quite a big section. Make that top of that quite dark brown too. I realise I've got lots of individual pieces here, but we can do them in one group. Just getting in under here, sort of identify the separate. Struggling to see, my eyes are going out of focus. A bit tired today. Now I also find this bit a little odd because this piece here isn't joined to the rest of the bird. And what I'm going to do is pretend it is and colour all of that in as the darker bit, or else I just get confused. Those bits. I've got a bit here, I'm going to do it a bit at each end like that. Now here, see those are coloured in darker at that end, but I want to start my darker bit in the middle here. I want the feathers to be sort of lighter on the edges. Now we have a lot going on here. I'm going to put a dark line all the way along here to show the shadow from the one above, and each of these long thin ones I'm going to colour in. Goodness, wish me luck. I'm struggling to see. I think I'm getting there. It's the sun keeps coming in and out of the line, which isn't helping me see. Oh, my stomach's rumbling again. It's nearly lunchtime. What I didn't say that to you, I said that to my tummy. Trying to make sure it knows it doesn't need to rumble at me, because it will be getting some lunch soon. There's a few nice slices of bread left. Lovely homemeal loaf from the farmer's market. I'm going to have that bit. Scares me. I'm going to come down here and do this bit. It's so small. Do this bit, moving back closer to that scary bit again. I think I'm going to treat it as all one block rather than lots of little bits. If I was doing the full page the big book version, I'd probably do them all separate, but I just can't cope with the idea of figuring out each of those little bits, so I'm just going to do it in a block. Now we're going to come to the tummy in a minute, and I think I'm going to leave the tummy. I'm not going to use this really dark colour up there. I'm going to make it slightly lighter. Like, so this is our last sort of bit with this dark. So that is the Huntsman. Now I'm going to move on to the Tarantula and just extend all of these areas really. I'm going to do this bit now as well, which we didn't do before, and do a little bit on the eye as well. And just basically going over every bit and just extending that colour down. It's quite simple, but hopefully it will work. And hopefully this is quite a reddish brown. I think it doesn't matter. So, sorry, I've been really quiet then, haven't I? I've sort of run out of things to say. I've been making videos all morning. This is my 5th, and I think I've just given you all my news already. So I'm not sure what to say really, but I hope everyone's okay, having fun, getting colouring done, you know, having fun with all your books. There's suddenly, it's funny because I was reading something lately which said, oh, colouring is no longer trendy, it's not the thing anymore, people don't do it. And I was thinking, really? But there seem to be so many new colouring books coming out all the time at the moment, as if it really is still definitely a thing. Maybe it's not so much in the UK, although we still get books in our shops as well as online. Obviously Amazon has everything, but some of the bookshops are still getting colouring books in all the time, so I think it's just not there. I'm only doing a light bit here. It's just not quite the thing it was at one point. I think at one point sort of everyone bought a book and had to go and saw what it was like, sort of thing. But I think perhaps nowadays only people who enjoyed it and are sort of doing it. But there are people who are new to it, so maybe that's not true. I do see people saying I'm new to colouring. Foxy brown, you know, hints and tips and blah blah blah, so there must be people, but maybe they're not in the UK. I don't know. I'm going over all of it now and taking this right down to the tip. In most areas our belly is going to be a bit paler. As I said, we use our last sort of yellowy brown on the tummy. So the idea is to try and go a bit harder here, a bit more, a few more layers, and then less as we go down here. Take the colour all the way to the end of the feathers, just fading as we go. Yeah, so I don't think, I haven't seen any sign of it getting less popular. I mean, my family and friends, they don't colour anyway, so they never have, and they haven't taken it up. So, I don't know. Actually, one of my friends I gifted a colouring book and some pencils to. She lost both her parents in the same year, poor girl, and so I sent her a gift, and in fact she said she's got a birthday gift for me. I went to school with her and we haven't seen each other for ages, and we sort of slightly keep in touch on Facebook, but we're not very good at it. And I don't remember her buying me birthday presents even when we were at school very much. I don't know if we did it. I think we might have done, maybe little things. We didn't have money, you know, we didn't have lots of money. We might have bought each other some sweets or chocolates or something, you know, something cheap. I know we did at Christmas, we used to buy each other chocolate orange or matchmakers. And yes, I remember she bought me a chocolate orange one year because I was exchanging slices of orange for a kiss with this boy. Oh my goodness. Yes. Anyway, I think I got 3 kisses out of him for 3 wedges of chocolate orange. He was, I rather fancied him, I shall have to say. But, I wonder what he's doing now. He's probably married with children like me. Oh my goodness, I was a really shy girl as well. It wasn't just not the sort of thing that I would do, but hey ho. Anyway, she's got a pressie for me, which I thought was really kind and thoughtful. And she messaged me to say she works in the same office as my husband, which is just a strange coincidence. Although he does work in a huge office with thousands of people, and she still lives in the town, well, nearby in the same county where we grew up like I do, so I guess. And it is a place but I know she always wanted to work because she had a lot of friends who worked there. So she was really happy to get a job there. So that was nice. My husband just moves around a bit with work. The company he works for sort of contracts him out. Now you can see what I've been doing, extending the colour in the feathers, but for this belly bit we're going to add in a 3rd colour. So I'm going to start to fade this quite soon, trying to make it an evenish fade. And I'm going to do that bit, or else I'm going to forget. Okay, I'm going to use this last colour. I need to sharpen it. I don't know what it's called. I think it's Stink Bug. Yeah, a Stink Bug. I love the colours of the Black Widows. It's a bit warmer. I'm going to try and mix it into the other colours a bit. I've never done him in just sort of more conventional brown colours. I think he looks quite nice. That's quite a warm colour, isn't it? It's really nice. I'm going to add it into every feather. It's going to just warm them. I really like it. You don't have to do this. I'm just doing it because I like the colour combination. It takes away some of that pinky red colour and makes it nice and warm. Oh, my stomach's grumbling again. I'm trying not to hurry. I don't feel massively hungry, but I'm beginning to. So I'm going to use this Stink Bug for the beginning of the beak and feet. So I'm going to use it here and at the bottom. It's quite a goldy colour as well, and I'm going to use it for the key. I'm going to use it for the whole of the key. I'm not going to try and make it look like it's sort of gold with fiddly faddly bits. It's just going to be like that. Oh, feet. See what I'm going to do and then I completely forget. A little bit at the end of each of the I want to say toes, but they're not. So now I'm going to move on to a yellow. I could use that, but I'm not. I used the egg yolk. I'm just going to sharpen it. The end's broken off. I don't know why. Oh, it's broken in my sharpener. The end was a bit broken and it just decided to fully break. These usually sharpen pretty well. I've had a few where they didn't want to sharpen, but normally they do well. And this is a little bit crumbly, so I'm just going to leave it like that. So egg yolk, I love the name. It's quite orangey. Just going to move up the beak a bit with it and down that bit, and add a bit to the legs and feet. Oops, going out of the lines pretty badly. I'm going to use our final colour, which is banana. can leave a bit of white if you want to make the beak look shiny. I didn't, because I didn't think of it until I'd finished. But never mind. There we go. Now I'm going to do the little claws in a black. Do you have a black? It's just called Black Widow. Right. And do those. And I'm going to see the I don't think I'm, as I said, I wasn't going to do the eggs. I'm not going to. My stomach keeps rumbling. I'm sort of impatient. And I'm going to hurry, although I've got quite a lot of time. We haven't done this bit. Black, I'm going to do this bit. Black. I just feel like that bit should be black. And the eye, I'm going to do the whole eye in black. There we go. Now we've got this bit of string and the label for the key. Yeah, I'm going to use the stink bug for that. I think it will look a bit like a sort of craft paper. It's a bit yellowy, isn't it? Maybe we'll... And it looks a bit too much like the key. Okay, we'll go over that with the Foxy brown. The whole thing, I think. It looks orange. Just put a bit top and bottom of that. Okay, now what colour to do the eggs? That's what I'm now thinking. So we did them blue in the other on the other page, as you can see. But I don't think these are going to look right in blue because our bird is so brown. I really like him in brown, actually, I have to say. Even though I say so myself, as they say. I'm thinking maybe just a very pale yellow. We've got some pale in there. Ponder. Or maybe the stink bug colour. Yeah, I'm going to try this. I'm going to try the stink bug colour because I think it might almost look quite eggy. So I'm going to try to make it a bit darker at the bottom and fade it towards the top. It's probably a bit too yellow for an egg really, but I think it's quite close to a sort of brown hen's egg. I can't really tell the colour very well, my light's really weird. Let's have a look, it'll do. It'll do. This is quite a simple way to do them. I've missed that claw, haven't I? I'm just fading it now as we go up. I realised there'd be a bit of shadow under his foot really. I'm going to just do that claw I missed or else I'm going to forget. It's just the black. There we go. Oh, the sun's come out, I can see. It's just the same on each one really. And Johanna's even drawn in some dotted lines where they meet to sort of tell us that that needs to be a little bit darker. So that's quite handy. You could try for a more eggshelly colour if you've got something, but I just thought I would just use the ones from this set, colours that I've got in this one set. They look quite golden, but that's okay. Right, Mr. Snail. I'm going to use the grey, which is the Spiderweb, for the body of our snail. He's so teeny tiny. In fact, I might do the whole thing. so he stands out. I was going to do his shelling brown, but I think he would just vanish. Now we have a couple of flowery bits here, and I'm thinking I might do them in orange because it will sort of go with our brown palette. I have a pumpkin which I will just sharpen. Everything needs to be very sharp for this. And I'm going to use it for these. It's going to be quite bright. There we go. And the other two I shall use a Toadstool, which is a much lighter orangey colour, just so that it's a bit different. Oh, I thought I'd done that. I overzealously sharpened. There we go. I sometimes think this looks a bit pink. I think it's supposed to be orange. Quite hard to keep it in the lines, that's for sure. Okay, greens. I think I'm going to do all the grass in one colour and all the leaves in another. So I'm going to use the Fang green for the grass. It's quite dark green. And for these bits of flower. Oh, I'm going to be concentratingly quiet, I'm afraid. It's small, to say the least. Wow. I think I might be tempted, if I had some skill and some pens, to do it in pen. Such fine work. But I'm going to persevere. Yeah. And then I'm going to use the Toxic Green for the rest of them. I'm not going to do any shading or anything fancy. Just going to colour them in. I don't know if this is not the best shade to go with the bird. It's a bit bluey, isn't it? I'm going to stop there and not use that colour. I'm going to do it all in the Fang green, I think. I'm going to go over the top of this. Look how messy it is. I'm sorry, I can't see. It's small. My husband said he saw some magnifying glasses in an art shop and he was really tempted to get them. I sort of wish he had. He said, oh, they fit over your normal glasses. I thought that sounds really useful. However, as I think I said before, I do wonder whether I would just see my mistakes. I don't know whether me not staying in the line is more to just do with me not being very accurate rather than me not being able to see. But anyway, I will give it some thought, as I do with these things. I won't say never, but I rarely make impulse buys. I like to think things through. Now you could do a background on this. I've seen some really good ones. What I would be tempted to do would be to do some sort of ground here and then the sky. Really simple. You could do pastel, a brown, or draw a branch in if you can draw. I've seen people draw in nests and all sorts of amazing things, or a cliff. But no, for me, I'm just going to leave it. I think it looks really lovely, just stands out on its own. I'm really pleased with how the birds come out. So I'm going to leave it like that. So I am going to go now and get some lunch before my stomach rumbles really loudly. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that you have a really lovely day. I'm sorry about the sun going in and out all the time. Hopefully it hasn't looked too bad on the film. I shall check when I edit and see what's going on with it and hope that it's all okay. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Have a really lovely day and happy colouring.